smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody, 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 everybody.
What the hell is this? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? No! No!
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an excellent day today. Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies in the nice deep green today, having a beautiful bounce back. Bitcoin up 9.5%, Ethereum up 13.5%. Now, I told you in yesterday's video, this was just FUD. This was typical Bitcoin price movement, and we did have a certain representative from Guggenheim trying to FUD the markets, and I told you this is exactly what they do to manipulate the markets to try to get you to sell them your Bitcoin for cheap. Do not fall for it. However, if you did get through this and it was your first time, congratulations, you survived the first crash of 2021. Welcome to the club, join the team, and actually what's crazy is it was only about a 28% drop at its farthest point. That didn't even match up to any of the major dumps that we had in 2017. Most of them were 38%, you can see 36, 29. We actually had a 44% drop way early on, so if that shook you out, maybe crypto isn't quite for you, but if you have stuck around and you are interested in looking at what is going to be happening with this Bitcoin price, you're not going to want to miss this because, well, guess what? They're now saying that Bitcoin is in a bear market. I kid you not, this came out from CNN Business. This is from Paul R. LaMonica, and he says Bitcoin plunges more than 20% in 3 days. It is now in a bear market. Guys, are we actually in a bear market? Well, I'm going to show you why we have option traders calling for a $52,000, $64,000, potentially $72,000 Bitcoin by the end of this month. Is that possible? We're going to talk about who bought the dip and other big players that have provided evidence that they are entering the space. Grayscale opened their doors, and I'm telling you guys, this is just the beginning. So if you're interested in all that today, that's what we're going to talk about. If that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you are not subscribed, definitely consider it. And before I move on, I just want to say that today is a very special day for Bitcoin. It was 12 years ago that the first ever Bitcoin transaction was sent on the blockchain from Satoshi Nakamoto to Hal Finney. So can we get a like for that? Can we get a hell yeah for 12 years, Bitcoin network over 99.8% up and running, and the 0.2%, whatever that was like in the very, very early days. We don't really count that, right? But having a look right here, we did have a beautiful bounce off the 21 exponential. You know I'm a fan of the 21 exponential on the daily and the weekly. These are very key moving averages for me. We did have that nice bounce back, and as soon as we wicked below it, I told myself this is an excellent opportunity for me to put in a scalp long. I don't have any swing trades open right now, but I was able to get in another scalp long super quick from 30.7 to about 31.5. I probably should have left it open because honestly I would have made a lot, but I was able to make 0.82 Bitcoin and 0.85 Bitcoin respectively. So not a bad couple of days trading. We made 2.2 Bitcoin on the first and 1.6 Bitcoin. So it's been a really great day for trading, guys. And if you don't know how to actually trade using Bybit, for example, it is not recommended for beginners. Obviously, I wasn't good at it when I first started, but now, we've mastered the charts. We're a lot better at trading. If you're interested in how to actually do that, there's a tutorial popping up above, and don't forget you can get up to a $520 bonus by using the link below in the description. You can see right here you can actually deposit this to get bonuses, and you can get a $20 coupon literally just for signing up, essentially. Obviously, you have to use it to trade, and if you do enter the code JACKPOT, you are eligible for those 500. So check the link below. Link popped up above already, but talking about the Bitcoin pullback, and then we'll get to the chart. If you just have a look based on historical distribution, we really only got to about the 80th percentile. We didn't even get down to the 90th, which is the typical 37-38% dip. That would have brought us down to $26,900. Now, do I actually think the Bitcoin price is going to go that low? Well, we have sort of fallen out of this it wasn't really a blow off top. I guess you could say it is if you look on the weekly, but we did break through this resistance. We are back into the ascending channel. As you can see right here, we are now bouncing around. So I would keep my eyes on these two channels. They could make for potentially good trades. I do think we are going to be forming some type of a triangle formation once I have absolute, sort of validation on those levels. Then we can start putting in some bigger swing trades, which I'll let you guys know about. But for example, we have gotten very far off of this initial trend. There is the possibility we do come down and retest this level. So what I think could happen is we may actually kind of I don't know if we're going to touch here, maybe put in something like an ascending triangle. I don't have any confirmation on this yet. There is also the possibility, that we might be going down in a flag pattern, retest this. Obviously, I need to wait for another top and pullback so that I know for sure. But keep in mind, there is that possibility that Bitcoin does even go below the $30,000 level. However, that would not put me in bearish territory. Keep in mind, we had an insane 600% rally. And yeah, it needed time to cool off, right? We are still in the blue box territory for Bitcoin dominance. So once again, and I know I sometimes get a lot of hate for this, and I'm not against altcoins. I just primarily think that right now, Bitcoin is sort of the place to be, right? Now, yes, you have seen some short-term gains, outperform. Ethereum, obviously on a tear. I think Ethereum is a great hold right now. But I still would keep majority of my portfolio in Bitcoin. Whatever that is to you. Some people might say 80%, 60%. If you want to hold 20%, I just think not being exposed to a little bit of Bitcoin is somewhat irresponsible, but that's just my opinion. You guys do what you want. Obviously, it's your money. But as I said, talking about what's been going on, this person said my family members who know nothing about crypto are telling me to stop investing because they're seeing, articles like this. My dad actually sent me an article about the UK FCA warning that crypto could go to zero. If you're new to cryptocurrency, this may be a little bit shocking, but if you've been in crypto for more than just a few months, you're going to get used to this. Bitcoin dies at least 50 times a year in different articles, right? It's died over 360 times. You can actually check out 99 Bitcoins. They actually talk about that. It is up nearly 16% from the lows, but here's the interesting thing. Now, some traders have been buying January 29th expiry calls options at $52,000, $64,000, and $72,000 strike prices over on Deribit. So this means that there are I don't want to say majority, but there's a good amount of traders that are banking on a $52,000 to $72,000 Bitcoin by the end of this month. Is that possible? Well, considering the way that Bitcoin went from 20K to 42K, I think you can see how explosive these markets can get when they start to rally. Now, interesting enough, a total of 4,000 contracts have been bought at 52,000 in just the past 24 hours. So it looks like 52,000 really might be that target for the end of this month. 64 and 72 also show a lot of volume as well, not as much as 52. Theoretically, the purchase of 52,000 strike calls is a bet that Bitcoin would rise above that level or beyond, right, by January 29th. So this is actually showing that the market is remaining bullish despite this pullback, right? A lot of these OGs know that these 30% pullbacks are actually very healthy. I'm happy that it happened because I don't want to go straight up forever because you can see how volatile it can get. And if we keep going up, we're just going to have bigger and bigger and bigger corrections. So I'm happy that we're having it now and not at 100K, right? And like Alex Saunders says, retail has arrived. PayPal cleared $242 million in crypto sales just yesterday. So it's just the retail. But the question is, are the retail the suckers? Is the smart money the ones that know what they are doing? Well, Grayscale just opened up to new investors again after closing their doors. And actually, if we talk about, and this is the big news right here, a British investment company that has publicly announced one of the biggest ever investments in Bitcoin, 500 million pounds. I think that's about $700 million, give or take. I'm a little bit rough on the math right now. They say that crypto is the new emerging store of value. Look, here he is right next to the royal family, right? Jonathan Ruffer, this guy right here, has finally detailed their investment and talking about Bitcoin and why they bought $500 million, stating that our underlying reason is that Bitcoin is becoming a challenger to gold's standing as the super currency, the thing to own when fiat currencies are kerplunked. We have done so much work on assessing the danger that Bitcoin is, a bad investment. We've been watching it for the longest time, and our judgment is that it is a unique beast as an emerging store of value, blending some of the benefits of technology and gold. Yes, it is seamlessly nonsensical, I guess, depending. They must have not done some deep research into it, but they say it does make absolute sense for the world. We took the view that last November was not too soon, and if we left it any longer, subsequent price performance might make it feel too late, so we made an allocation, and at the time of writing, the entry price looks to have been favorable, but that's not really the point. We are in the business of keeping clients safe, and we are nervously satisfied that Bitcoin has a small part to play in the pudding. And we've heard that actually, the higher the price goes, the more appealing it is. Even Mark Cuban, who has been quite a Bitcoin skeptic, has come out and says watching cryptos trade is exactly like the internet stock bubble. Exactly. I think Bitcoin, although come on, that's what they said about 2017 and we just made an all-time high again. But anyway, he does say that there will be those that come out like the Phoenix from the flames. You have Amazon, eBay, Priceline, but many won't. Now, obviously, this does look to things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And, David over here, he says, is it value? Is it use? I'm trying to understand your point of view. And Mark Cuban responded, it is a store of value. Even he admits that. And he's been a Bitcoin skeptic, although he does accept it if you want to use it to purchase things over on the website. But he says it has no real utility. All the discussion about fiat and debasement is a sales pitch. Bitcoin isn't designed for transactions. It's not designed to be a hedge. It's designed to be an attractive store of value and does a good job at doing only that. Well, he is coming around, but just to quote Bill Miller, one of the interesting things about Bitcoin is that it gets less risky the higher it goes. But you know what? Why listen to me talk about it? Here's an actual clip from the CNBC interview with legendary investor Bill Miller and why he believes that Bitcoin is unstoppable.
I, in some ways, think you kicked off this whole thing in early November. You were on this program. We talked about a number of different things that day. I asked you about Bitcoin because I know you've been a bull on it for some time. But at the end of the interview, and this was when Bitcoin was just under $15,000, I think, I said to you, of all of the things we've discussed, what are you most excited about? Or is there an emerging technology that you're excited about? And you said, I'm most excited about Bitcoin. Are you as excited today, Bill, with it at 41,000 as you were when it was under 15?
Oh, absolutely. One of the things that's interesting about Bitcoin is that it gets less risky the higher it goes. And that's the opposite of what happens with most stocks. But because Bitcoin is so early in the adoption cycle, and you can't, even though the OCC will allow all the big banks and investment banks to custody or to buy and sell Bitcoin, you can't do that at any of them. So they're permitted to, but they haven't done it yet because basically I think they're concerned. But every day, Bitcoin's a supply-demand story. There's 900 new Bitcoins created every day. It's estimated that PayPal and Square alone their customers are buying all of those. And Bitcoin's total supply is growing less than 2% a year. And it's obvious by the price that the demand is growing much, much faster than that. So as long as that obtains, Bitcoin is likely to go higher and perhaps considerably higher.
So granted, that was a few days ago. Bitcoin was a little bit higher, right? We have pulled back slightly, but you can see how early we really, truly are. And another thing too is, okay, we look at price all the time on this channel, right? It is the most attractive thing. Let's be honest. People want to know, I want to make money. I want price to go up. Price. But fundamentally speaking, like my buddy Raphael pointed out, let's just look at Bitcoin right now. Active addresses, all-time high. Active entities, all-time high. Bitcoin difficulty, all-time high. Hash rate, all-time high. Number of whales, all-time high. Illiquid supply, all-time high. Non-zero Bitcoin addresses, all-time high. Don't let short-term Bitcoin price action distract you. Fundamentals are strong. The network is healthy. Zoom out and hodl Bitcoin. And just literally today, Bitcoin's hash rate has risen above 150 quintillion for the first time ever. That is the highest it has ever been. It is a 6x increase from the 40 exahashes per second in January 2019 all-time high. So we are making history today. today as we speak, not to mention the fact that just thinking about why Bitcoin is such a great hedge, well, financial analysts are expecting a sharp contrast between Bitcoin's recent fortunes and those of the legacy banking sector, with some anticipating losses of over 40%. No wonder these guys are not wanting you to use Bitcoin and, what is it, CHSBC? I forget what they're called. The bank over in UK, right? They were trying to block Bitcoin transactions. Well, Citigroup experienced a 42% decline. Wells Fargo, 39. Bank of America, 33. People are waking up to the nonsensical nature of the traditional fiat system, and they are allocating more and more and more to things like Bitcoin, which is the inevitable digital gold 2.0, arguably better than gold ever was, right? So that's it for me today, guys. I could rant all day about Bitcoin cryptocurrencies, you know that, but why waste any more of your time? You guys know how I feel. You guys know I remain bullish, but let me know what you think. Do you actually think we could see a $52,000 Bitcoin by the end of this month? That would be incredible, but honestly, it wouldn't be out of the cards the way that we have seen Bitcoin historically rise. Also, if you are interested in trading on Bybit, definitely check out the link below. I do have a tutorial. You can Google it, Crypto Zombie, Bybit. I do have it, you guys know the deal. But that being said, if you are new, the best course of action is not trading. It is always simply dollar cost averaging. It has proven to be the #1 most successful strategy for Bitcoin since its inception. So that being said, hodl on, my friends. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.